Do you see here? Hi guys and gals. Well, it's a beer vlog. Yes, and today we're trying something from Hawaii. Yoo-hoo! If you can't go to Hawaii, I suppose the next best thing is to have a beer from there. So it's called a Fire Rock. It's a pale ale. It's from the Kona Brewery Company. And no, I've never been to Hawaii, but almost the second best thing. I'll be pouring it into a Brazilian beer glass, exotic with exotic. It's a really nice bottle. Well, at least not the bottle in a way, but the label. Okay, my Boulevard bottle opener from Kansas City. Here we go. So let's see. It's a nice color. I purposely have it just at cellar temperature so that the taste will come out. I didn't put it too cold, just to get there. It says a pale ale. It's quite golden, quite dark actually for a pale ale. Maybe would have had a bit more head, but there was quite a bit of gas already. That is quite a bit like an IPA. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's 6% alcohol. It says go with the flow. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not what I was expecting, I have to say. I was expecting something more closer to, I don't know, probably closer to a lager. But it's a pale ale. Excuse me, maybe I'm completely on the side actually. Because it is very good. And when I said it was like an IPA, maybe it is one. Am I the one who's... The fact that it's PA, pale ale... Here I'm showing my complete lack of real knowledge into beer. I'm a drinker. It's good. It is. But if people would like, let's say, a very light lager style, this would not be it. Okay, let's make the vlog part now. I was reading lately an article, and it was on, where was it? Could have been Christianity Today, but I'm not certain if it was there or not. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But it was on, are you a giver, a taker, or what they were calling a matcher? And usually if you're somewhere in a meeting somewhere and you ask for people, well, tell me now, are you a giver or a taker? Most people will raise their hands very quickly and say, oh, I'm a giver. And yet by doing that, you've almost shown that you're not quite there. Meaning is that somebody once said is that if you're pointing out how good a giver you are, there might be a little bit of a problem with your humility. Now, I think that it basically just comes out to show one thing, is that we all like to put a good, I would say a good image on ourselves. And at the same time, usually we are somewhere in the middle, aren't we? I mean, we will give, and many of us give very freely of ourselves, of our goods or whatever. But, we do like to take every now and then. Sometimes we give because we get good feedback, because we are told how good we are. Does that mean that you should always be quiet and not say when you give? I don't know. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, yes. And other times I think it's good that people know where to go when they're in need. And if you don't say sometimes when you've been giving, people don't know where to go when they're in need. I guess it's something to ponder on there, isn't it? The fact is, though, is that most of us really do like to be in a good light. It's kind of normal, isn't it? And then, why is it that the bad boy or bad girl image is so popular? Because they have all the fun. I would actually go against that. Actually, I would say that you can have a lot of fun still by being a good boy. Oh, I was listening to Steve Brown the other day on the Steve Brown Etc. And there's a little book. Some of you on Facebook might have seen it. I've been making some publicity for it. It's called Coffee with Jesus. It is by somebody called David Wilkie. I didn't know him. I like him a lot because he's actually very irreverent at times. But when you really get down and read those little comics, you see that he's just using what we would call in the Christian vocabulary. He's just using grace and using it really. And there's a few little comics in there. I've put some in, like I say, in the Facebook, but that really kind of show, the way that people are very often. There was one on a bit like on reincarnation, and I put that up there, and he was like going on. It's like, why do people never want to? One person said, "Oh, I think I was probably Cleopatra in an earlier life," and he answers like, "Well, why aren't people cleaning ladies or cobblers or stuff like that in their early lives? Why do people always want to be the famous people?" And then one guy comes up and he says, trying to impress him, "Well, geez, I feel that I was probably, I don't remember what he said exactly now, selling hot dogs or something in a street corner." And he looked at him and he says, "Carl," this is Jesus talking, he says, "Carl, I kind of think when I look at you, you remind me more of somebody who would be selling peep show tickets." Anyway, Carl, that was a good try at being humble. I guess that, that's just the way it is. Giving, taking, we're somewhere in the middle, aren't we? Okay, that'll be DC signing off with this lousy beer vlog. But it's a good beer. It is. And as I've said, I am not a beer expert. I'm just a beer taster and drinker. Okay. So DC signing off. Cheers! And if you can go and have a real one in Hawaii, make a beer vlog over there. Take care.